Alright, hello, my name is Alex. I'm 23 years old. I'm from South Africa and I'm going to tell you something about China. Okay, so I just wanted to introduce myself first, and I want to tell you the date because I'm probably only going to upload this 2 months after I make the video. So the date is the 3rd of December 2019. Okay, so usually people will talk about China and they'll state points like robots, but this is going to be more like a live stream because that's the format I would like to do it in. So to talk about China, I'm going to start with the society as a whole. Okay. I've been living here for about a year and 3 months now. I came here in 2018 in August, so I think I have sort of idea of what it's all about. Don't get me wrong, I might not know everything about it, but I sort of have an idea of it. So this video is not a pros and a cons necessarily, it's more of a whole because I will talk about pros and cons in other videos. I'll make my first video after this will be the pros of China, or rather the cons of China, and the one after that will be the pros to end it on a good note, because my general view of China is a good one. So this video is going to be politics aside, because Chinese politics are a very touchy-feely subject. So okay, so first thing I'd like to talk about is China in general. Okay, well, let's talk about China in general. So it's pretty much equally a rich and a poor country. We can say it's a rich country because the government is rich. So you know about Chinese government spending money on other countries and trade with other countries. And so to make it more detailed, let's talk about the people. Okay, so many people are rich and many people are poor. So Chinese society is pretty new. After the Mao Zedong era, that was very recent, so it had to build itself up very quickly, and it did a very good job at doing that. So we have to think about the poor. Let's talk about the why I think the society is good as a whole in terms of its people. Well, there's not much to say about the rich, but what I can say about the society of China is that it is a good society because, it's a communist country, so it cares for all its people. Well, in a way. It cares for its people in the sense that everyone has job security, and that means even the poor have job security. If I have to talk about it in more detail, there aren't many, so to say, homeless people in China. From comparing it to South Africa, I would see poor people in South Africa every day on a daily basis, and also new poor people. Whereas in China, in the time I've been here, I've seen 5 poor people, and that's counting like the ones I see every day. Like, I don't see new ones because there just aren't that many poor people. They do exist, but they're very far and few of them. Okay. So when it comes to that, yeah, as I was saying before, so yeah, there's job security for everyone, and there are even jobs that seem pointless. So let me talk about jobs in the sense that I can explain more about why everyone has jobs. Well, there's so many people, and if you have to take care of all your people, you need to give it meaningless jobs. So there's jobs you wouldn't have even thought of, like there's literally a law that I heard of from another vlogger. It could be right, it could be wrong, I don't know. Chinese laws also change all the time. So there's a law that you're not allowed to wash your car. And I don't know if it's true or not, but going on speculation that it's true, it's pretty crazy because it makes sense because there's so many car wash places. Like in my area alone, like in a 5K radius, there's probably about 10, if not more. So yeah, I mean, car washes everywhere, so you're not even allowed to wash your car at home. But okay, moving on. So let's talk about fast food places. Okay, so you think a fast food place, like, yeah, of course, there's many jobs you can do there, but like cleaning, I mean, there's a restaurant close to me that is Wallace, and it's a very popular chain in China. It's pretty much like Chinese KFC, and there's literally a job where the woman takes the trays of the people who left their if they finished their food, they leave the tray and stuff there, and she literally just goes, takes the tray, throws it out, and cleans it. That's literally her job, and it's crazy, like, to have a job like that. So there's the other thing, like, you're not allowed to throw away your stuff when you're done eating. You're just supposed to leave it there. Guess it's because so that there's job security for someone else. Okay, and now even going further in terms of cleaning, there are many cleaning jobs, like even in the streets. The street cleaners, something you don't really find in South Africa. I guess you do to some extent, but not really. More like, I'd say, people that cut the grass of parks and things in South Africa, but not really anything else in South Africa. But in China, there's pretty much jobs for everything. If there's a job you can think of, it's pretty much here. Okay, so moving on from that, let's talk about the people and how they are. Okay, well, as you know, it's a homogenous society, so pretty much everyone's the same. So if anyone is out of the norm, they get looked at or judged. But let's talk about people and their characteristics. Okay, so in terms of Chinese people, they are very kind, they're very compassionate, but at the same time, they're very greedy. Okay, well, before I can just make that bold claim, let me just talk about it as a whole, because I don't want you to think that I think badly of Chinese people. I just want you to realistically see them the way I do. This is just my opinion. It's not a fact. So it's just how I see them. Chinese people are very nice to people they know. They treat their family amazingly. They treat their friends amazingly. Everyone they know, they'll treat well, If you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. Especially as a foreigner, I've had amazing treatment. I don't know if it's because of the color of my skin, but I generally get treated really well. Besides the off look from old people who act like they've never seen a foreigner before, but that's a different thing because I live in a small city called Taizhou, and Wangyan, and it's in Taizhou, so it's a very small city. So yeah, when they see me, they're quite shocked. It's not like I live in a big city where everyone sees foreigners all the time. So yeah, that's pretty normal. They don't really see a lot of foreigners around here. But yeah, pretty much good treatment. I would say, yeah, if like I said, if you're part of their family, or if you're someone they know, they'll treat you well. If it's someone they don't know, not so much. It's just the way they are, I guess. Can't really say much about that. That's just a thing. Because now we have to go on to the thing of greed. Okay, now here's why I have to connect the thing of greed and someone you don't know. This is a status-based society. Isn't any society, but pretty much China takes it to the next level. I feel like in the West, rich people look down at poor people, but they also have compassion to them. I feel like in some sense, at least. I'm not saying that that's always true, but you get in South Africa, that's a Western country, some of the time. I'm not saying always. I'm saying in different cultures, because you get obviously you get different subcultures in South Africa. But in the white culture of South Africa, let me speak as a white person from South Africa, you see people in China, like rich people won't give money to poor people. They're very stubborn with their money and greedy. So basically, like, they won't treat someone else if they don't know them. They won't treat them well because they look down on poor people. And the other thing is the most important thing in Chinese society is money. Believe me, it's the most important thing. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. In my opinion, it's wrong, but it's just how they are. If money can buy you anything here, so that's pretty much how it is. So, like, here's just experience that maybe I shouldn't tell, but I'll just go ahead and tell it. And I had a Chinese girlfriend, and pretty much the most important thing to her was getting a rich husband. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just am not for it. It's not my thing. I don't believe money is the most important thing in the world. But yeah, to each their own. Yeah, they believe money is the most important thing. After you have money, you can take care of your family, and then family, I would say, is the second most important thing. Your friends are your third most important thing. But yeah, that's, I would say, the three most important things in Chinese culture. I mean, I don't have a big understanding of religion and things in China because it's a very foggy thing for me. It's hard to understand because I've spoken to people and heard that the Chinese religion is pretty much not praying to a god, but more about praying to humans. But I don't know much about it, so I can't speak about it. It's just what I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, yeah, pretty much that was it about the people. Okay, let's talk about food. Food, okay, well, food is a really interesting thing because people mostly would think that Chinese food is probably very healthy and stuff. Well, because the people are obviously so thin. No, I don't think so. The people might be thin for the most part, but wow, I would say that food is more unhealthy than the food I had in South Africa. Why? Well, that's probably a simple reason for that. Well, you know, food needs to be cheap for poor people to be able to buy it, and there's a lot of poor people here because there's a big population. So food, especially takeout, is generally cheap. So you can buy food and it probably takes about 3 minutes to get cooked, which is great and all, but it's not healthy. The oil that's used, yeah, not a healthy thing. Is the food good? Amazing. Very good food. I love the food here. Apart from the specific foods that are so Chinese that it doesn't deal with my system, and there's just some foods I don't like. Like, I know some Western people like it, but tofu, I just can't eat tofu. It's just not my thing. I mean, I'm used to it by now. I eat it because I know it's healthy, but that doesn't mean I'll ever like it. Just because you eat a thing over and over again doesn't mean you'll like it. So yeah, I would say that for what makes it healthy is, I would say, the foods that they eat, in the sense of vegetables. They have like very healthy vegetables that they eat, and though I don't know what half of them are because the vegetables are different from the ones I have back home, I'd say they're very healthy, the vegetables. In terms of the meats, well, it's different meats, when I was in the West, I had more like beef, more beef centered. Here they eat a lot of pork. Well, I really love the pork here, but yeah, here they have pork and they mostly eat pork, chicken, and duck. Where in South Africa we're more focused on beef. You also chicken, but yeah. Yeah, the food is really good, and I can't really say anything bad about the food except it's not healthy, It's obviously up to you though as well. I mean, health Healthy foods is your choice, and what you eat is your choice. But yeah, what else could I talk about? Well, weather. Okay, before I forget, weather. Well, that's a tricky subject to cover because I live in a city with not good weather, but I'd rather live here than in Beijing weather. So, because China is so big, the weather is like different in all places. It can snow in some places, get to like minus 44 in some places. But where I am, I'm in the like southern eastern part of China. So I'd say for the most part, the weather's the best here comparing to the other places. Like, so the only one bad thing that you'll have all over China in terms of weather, in terms of natural disasters, is typhoons. Now, typhoons can sometimes be good, sometimes be bad. And when I say good, I don't really mean good, but I just mean better than other times. So when we have typhoon seasons. So when we had typhoon season last year, it wasn't really bad. In fact, it scared me because it had been my first experience of a typhoon because there aren't any natural disasters in South Africa. But here, yeah, that wasn't that bad. Now, this year's typhoon, wow, that was pretty bad because I no, not I feel, I heard that some people died from it. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, about 9, it might be less, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but about 9 people died. So it was rough. I mean, some funny videos came out of it, but it was pretty rough. Like when you looked at it, like it was like I don't even know. It was like the end of the world the day after. I mean, after the typhoons was like the world ended. It felt like there was like a zombie apocalypse because I walked out of my apartment, like seeing trees all over the place, like people storming the shops because they were like the shelves were empty, trees in the streets. But that it also showed me the amazing place that China is because they sorted that stuff out. Like took them maybe about a week or two to, okay, I wouldn't say a week, but maybe 2 weeks to like fix everything, like put the trees back, fix everything. Yeah, I felt kind of sorry because there's a construction going on next to my building, which isn't great, but I think they finished, so now I don't hear the noise anymore. They were busy with construction when the typhoon came, so that must have set them back a bit. Yeah, I don't feel like there's much else I can cover in terms of weather, and in with China in general. I'll go into specific details with you in other videos, but I just wanted to give you a general oversight of China. It's late at night and I couldn't sleep, so I just decided why not do this video. If there's any questions you have for me, you can leave it in the comments below. Please like. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. It's up to you. Just wanted to give my oversight. I will put some comments below and do the timestamps for the different subjects. If anyone decides to watch, maybe they're not interested in some information, and it's quite a long video, so it's up to you what you want to watch. I'm not going to be the person to be listing things. I'm not a listing channel. I'm gonna be commentating like it's a live stream. So in future, if you'd like to watch my videos, I just want you to see it as a live stream and not as a timestamp. As a listing video. So yeah, see it as that. I also unfortunately don't know how to edit, so I can't unedit all my mistakes and stuff. So just bear with me. But thank you for watching. If you have made it this far, thank you very much, and see you in the next one.